Hi beautiful souls, this is Celestial Awakening. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel where I offer collective and personal readings. Today we'll be doing a pick a card reading. Alright, so with pick a pile readings, you go ahead and you just pick a card that resonates with you the most. So this is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Just pick the first one that you notice and just go with the flow. Even if it's not your favorite card on the deck or in the pile, just go with your instinct. Always follow through with the first one that comes to mind. And I will put the timestamps in the description where you can jump to whatever pile you chose. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, pile 1. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you today. Oh, you already have one coming out. All right, let's see. So, the first card right here says paradigm shift, and the second one is life path. This is very interesting. Let's get some more cards to clarify before I give any messages. Spirit, if you can give me some more cards to clarify these messages today for pile 1. Okay, so I think, the first message is paradigm shift. I think what Spirit is asking from you is to really call into your spirit guides, call into your angels, and really connect with them so that they can help you through a paradigm shift to a higher state of living. And the number 4 to me means you're being spiritually protected, whether you realize that or not. You're being very protected in this life. And when you choose to follow your life path that you're being called to, you will be not only protected, but you'll be blessed if you follow through with your callings. I think maybe you've been having some visions come up of what you should be doing in this life, and you've kind of ignored them, and you've kind of just put them on the back burner, maybe because you have other priorities right now. And when you're ready to follow your life path and your visions, they will be there to help guide you and open the doors for you that need to be opened. As you can see, there's a door being opened, and it looks like looks like your guides are like opening it, and it has a lot more in store for you than what you're experiencing right now. I think with the images that are showing up that you've had many lifetimes on this earth, and maybe there's been a few lifetimes where you've completely ignored your calling, but you're asked to finally awaken in this lifetime and finally follow through with your visions so that you can evolve. This will lead you to new beginnings and really open up your heart to so much more that this world and this planet and humanity has to offer you, and that you have to offer this planet. I think it's, it kind of goes hand in hand. Like when you open up your heart, others will start opening up their heart to you as well. All right, let's get some more messages for pile 1. Can we get one more card for pile 1 regarding spiritual messages they need to hear? Initiation by fire. Okay. So I think this is really calling you to rituals and spiritual practices that can really connect you with the spiritual realm. I don't know if you can see, but the same image, I'm not sure what that image is of. It looks like a temple. Here, I can show you up close what this is like. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a temple coming up right here, like in the center. And then at the top of this card, you can see, it's barely noticeable, but there's another temple. And it's the exact same temple showing up, which is really interesting because I didn't really know. It looked like spaceships to me at first, but it looks like it's a temple in this one. So I mean, with temples usually comes a lot of like spiritual practices and prayers and rituals. And so I think exactly what I was saying, that you're being called to practice more spiritual rituals and connect with a spiritual routine. Like, make sure that you're really holding yourself accountable for the routines that you are partaking in right now, because it's really going to guide you in either the path that doesn't align or the path that does align. So you choose like which rituals to practice, but I think you really are being called to practice. Maybe try praying with a candle more often. Maybe try just staring into a flame while you meditate. That one's very powerful as well. And just really play with fire. I think that's, one of the ways that you're being called to connect to the spiritual realm is through alchemy and using earthly materials such as fire. You'll be protected. I think that for 2 + 2 is 4, and I think 4 was the main message originally, was that like you're protected in this life. You can see like the bubble around her while she's kind of like playing with fire and like evolving. And so I think that this is kind of you if you choose to really go down the spiritual path and really follow through with your callings in this life. All right, well, if this message resonates with you, I would love for you to subscribe or comment and just, let me know if this resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. All right, pile 2. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is the number 3. 3 really resonates with balance. So, mind, body, spirit, or, there's a lot of 3s that allow balance, like a triangle. Triangles are very balanced because they have 3 angles. All right, let's go ahead and get some messages for you regarding this card for pile 2. Spirit can give me messages for pile 2 using this deck so that we can get some very clear messages that need to be heard. A lot of messages. We'll take this card. Ooh, okay, so I love this card. I see a lot of purple coming up, so I think you're really being connected, or you're being called to connect with your higher chakras, like your crown chakra and your third eye. And maybe you've been feeling a little bit shattered or, broken by some experiences right now, and I think you're just taking this life a little too serious right now, and the problems that you have a little too serious. And I think if you really start connecting with like your third eye and your imagination of like what life could look like, it could really free you to not let your burdens control you in this life, not let others and other situations around you externally control you. Yeah, I mean, like even the path, like right here, I don't know if it's very clear on my camera, but it's like it's cracked. And so I think you're really broken by something and you're feeling a little bit of imbalance. And I think you're really being called to free yourself from this lack of control that you have right now in your life and really connect with something beyond yourself and connect with a reality that may not exist right now, but that could exist in the future. And with 11 messages and the numbers, I think this really is just letting you know that your angels are trying to connect with you and they're trying to tell you that you're not alone. And I think you've kind of been feeling really alone in this life and that like you have to do everything on your own. And they're really asking you to connect with them through numerology. And I don't know if this is something you're interested in or if you've been interested in the past, but I know a lot of people are familiar with angel numbers. I'm not sure what your angel number is, but it might honestly be 333 or 1111, but it could be a different number. 444 is coming up for me as well. So if that resonates with you, I think you're being called to connect with all numbers and specifically the numbers that keep showing up for you, whether you're looking at your phone and it's 1111. What I like to do when I see 1111, I know this is like very common to like make a wish every single time, but like even with the other numbers, like make meaning of each number that you see so that when you see it, you know that your angels are using that number to connect with you. All right, let's get some more messages for pile 2. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel messages today. Okay, this is really interesting. Okay, so first of all, these 2 cards came up in a different pile, a different reading, and so I think the messages are really similar, that your angels are, you know, trying to connect with you, but I think you're very distracted right now with what's going on right now in your life, and you're just taking life very seriously and you're letting external circumstances control your reality. So, you know, for example, social media can very much brainwash you into a negative mentality very easily. And, you know, like most of our brain is subconscious. And so it's a lot of subconscious cues being, you know, mentally like brainwashing you into a negative subconscious mind. Okay, for example, like if you can see that like he's looking down, all of, you know, these people are looking down, she's looking down, it's like it's causing a lot of like physically when you look at your phone, a lot of time we're looking down. And I think that just shows like the mentality of our society right now. And you're being asked to unplug from mass consciousness and connect with something spiritual to really balance you out and really heal your soul right now, because I think you're feeling a little bit broken, a little bit distracted by maybe like what's going on in society right now, or maybe like just things that are really hard for you, whether that's financially or physically. If you're going through like some health problems right now, you're taking it a little too serious and it's causing a lot of imbalance. It's causing you to want to be distracted by social media. Like it's so easy to just pick up your phone and scroll so you don't have to think about your problems. And I think that there's other ways that you can escape from your problems by connecting with the spiritual realm and connecting with something higher than yourself. And I would encourage you to maybe just find some guided meditations and that allow you to activate your higher chakras, like your third eye, and really access your imagination. I feel like when we're younger, they encourage that, but then once we're older, they're like, oh, that's fake, like that's not real. But I think if you can find ways to like imagine something more beautiful, you can really manifest it in the physical realm. And I don't know if you're familiar with like the 5th dimension, but you should really look into what that means to you. But I think for me, for example, like if you imagine like a rainbow, you can clearly see a rainbow in your head. Like obviously it's not like physically, like you can't feel it, but like it almost feels so real. Like if you imagined like a field with like a rainbow, I mean there's a rainbow right here, but you closing your eyes and imagining a rainbow, it's almost like it's accessible. So I think that's what they're calling you to, like use your imagination to find ways to almost feel like your dreams can be accessible, whether that's physical healing that you need or financial healing. It is accessible. You just need to start like really believing it is accessible and that it is real. And then initiation by water is very interesting. I'm so interested because the last pile had initiation by fire, and so you're being called to initiate by water. And water is such a powerful material in the physical realm. I think it's the most magical element of all, because we are mostly made of water. All life is because of water. And so I think water is a very life-giving element, and it's very magical. There's a book, what is it called? The Secret Life of Water by this Japanese scientist. And if you're interested in nerdy stuff, or like you just want to know more about like water, I encourage you to look up that book. It's called The Secret Life of Water. That one's really interesting. But it basically, I'm calling you to connect with the water that you're drinking. Make sure it's filtered, or if it's not filtered, make sure it's spring water. And make sure that you're speaking to your water when you're drinking it, because it is alive. And just like being able to like thank you, water, for providing life for me. And really connect, like maybe you can even speak your dreams and manifest using water. That was something that you're being called to do. I think that's so cool, because there's also water in this pile. So yeah, that's really cool. All right, so I think the message is clear, and I encourage you to, take the messages that resonate and leave the rest. I would love if you would comment and let me know if this resonated, and subscribe for more messages in the future. And thank you so much for watching. Okay, pile 3. Oh my, no way. So I actually didn't read this before. I just put it to the side. And this one is initiation by air. This is a crazy reading. So each pile had initiation. So the first pile was fire, initiation by fire. The second pile was initiation by water. And the third pile is initiation by air. That is, the synchronicities are crazy in this reading. So I think that definitely is a message, from Spirit to confirm that you are supposed to be listening to these messages right now. This is so interesting. So initiation by air, the other piles, had the other elements, and I think you're really being called to connect with air. Maybe you're being called to get outside more and connect with like fresh air, connect with the wind around you, and really thank the universe for allowing the cycles to allow wind in a good way, and breeze, like that breeze when it's really hot outside, like being thankful for that, and really connect with like, what is that? Like, how is that even possible? I was just thinking that yesterday, like, what is wind? Like, how is that? What is that? I feel like it's the earth breathing. But, take what resonates. Let's go ahead and get more messages before I speak any more about this card. Okay, so pile 1 had this card as well. Let's get some more. Oh, okay, so the first message that's coming up right now is really to connect with your heart chakra, because I mean, if you can see, there's like light coming out of both of, you know, their chests, and they're both outside like with the sunset. So I think you're really being called to like go outside more, like connect with nature, go and watch the sunset or go and watch the sunrise, and connect with, you know, nature a little bit more, because, you know, some people would say that like God is nature, and I mean, you don't have to resonate with that, but I think that you can connect with something higher than yourself when you go outside and realize how small you really are and how beautiful the planet really is. Let's get some more messages for you. For pile 3, universe, and spirit, give me messages for pile 3. Using this deck. All right, so let's look at the numbers that are being placed. So we have 24, 27, and 26. They're all in the 20s. So maybe that's a sign that you're in your 20s. Or let's see what else is coming up. So we have 6, which is around transformation. And we have 9, which is around endings, which usually mean, you know, new beginnings are coming. And then we have 8, which is around abundance. Okay, so maybe you're going through like an ending right now, whether that's like an ending of a relationship, or like you've recently moved, or like you're planning to move, or I mean, this is for the collective, so like there's some kind of ending. I don't want to get too specific because I know that, you know, I don't want it to like not resonate, but I think there's some kind of ending you're going through right now, or maybe it's an ending of a cycle, or just even like the ending of this like seasons, because right now we just transition. If you're watching this right now, like when I post this, we're transitioning into spring and almost summer, and I think that like we're all finally realizing like winter is finally over, and I think that that kind of can resonate with you, like if you're going through like cycle, like we're all going through different cycles, but I think there's an ending of a cycle happening right now. If it hasn't happened, it's about to happen, and it's going to be a positive blessing for you. I think that that's the key to abundance. And, you know, really connecting, like just stepping outside is going to be really important for you right now, just to take some deep breaths and connect with the wind, connect with nature. And I don't know, I'm hearing like wind chimes, so maybe like purchasing, if you can, like some wind chimes and like really listen, like meditating to that while you're outside. Or maybe that's, you know, a sign that like you do have wind chimes and like you needed to hear that message. Let's get one more message for you. Maybe we'll get 2 because messages are not. Let's see. Spirit, let's give me a message for 2 more cards for pile 3. Past life activation. And then we have 8 come up again. So I think for all the piles are very similar messages. They're asking you to like really connect with the spiritual realm, really step out of like your norms and your like normal routines and find something that really balances you. Find something that really helps you connect with nature, connect with yourself. Because I feel like, okay, for example, like when you connect with nature, you can connect with yourself. Like if you look at a leaf, you can kind of see like the veins of the leaf. And if you look at your hand, like you can see the veins, or like your wrist, like you can see the veins of your wrist. And I think we've kind of lost touch with nature because we've all kind of, you know, found ways to, as a society, to like find ways around avoiding nature for whatever reason, like natural disasters and things like that, but like you're being called to step back into nature and connect with it so that you can connect with yourself, and that'll bring a lot of abundance and healing that you're needing right now. And I think using, you know, guided meditations as well to like connect with, if you can't go outside, or like you're, you know, you're like stuck in an office all day or something like that, then you're being called to visualize nature, because even that is healing. Like our minds don't know the difference between reality and imagination, and our bodies don't. So like if you can just even visualize nature, I think that will help you balance yourself throughout the day. Like if you're at work and you really can't go outside much, but you're really feeling like detached from reality, this will help attach you again and like make you feel really balanced and healing your, you know, all your other chakras. But I think, yeah, this is really interesting. The heart chakra is coming up, so I think that's gonna help you connect to abundance and healing. And I'm really excited for you. I think that you have some techniques that you need to work on, and also just like the easiest homework to do is just go outside or imagine going outside if you can. But yeah, if this message resonated with you, I would love for you to subscribe or comment, let me know that it resonated. Thank you so much for watching.